Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat. Today, we are going to learn all about Emerald super yachts. Let's go. Today in the studio, we have Bob Cook from Go Travel. I'm your host again, Julia. And we have our special guest, Andy Fuentes from Emerald Cruises. Why are we here? What do we have to look forward to today?
Well, Emerald Super Yachts, it's again one of my favorite ships. It's a 100-passenger yacht. It has a lot of the cool yacht toys. So it does have its trampoline towards the back, which is really cool. You can actually jump into the ocean from the back of a ship. It has this kayaks, canoes, snorkeling gear. Even has flippers for you to enjoy with your snorkel. Best of all, it looks like a fabulous resort. It looks kind of like the W Hotel. It does have its
Yes.
infinity pool. The staterooms are large, nice, all balconies. You have a little bit of ocean view rooms, but that's okay. Definitely want to enjoy the beautiful itineraries that it goes to. It goes all around Europe. It even goes to the Emirates, the Seychelles, and even the Caribbean.
Love it. So we're going to take a quick look at a preview before we dive in a little bit deeper. Well, that's gorgeous. I'm ready to learn more. Take us into a little bit of the story behind Emerald.
So Emerald Cruises, it's a nicely inclusive cruise line. So we have the river ships and we also have the super yachts. Super yachts launched this year, so it hit the water in 2021 with the Emerald Azzurra. And like I said, it's nicely inclusive. So what do we include? We include all transfers. So a lot of folks ask, are the transfers included if I book the air through Emerald? So yes, they are, but also include the transfers if you book your independent air. We have beer and wine served at lunch and dinner. We also have gratuities included. We even include up to 2 shore excursions, the average. And obviously, my personal favorite, Wi-Fi. Actually, went on an Emerald cruise, and I did my work. But at nighttime, after I was done with my cruise, I did caught up on my Netflix. So I got to stream. It was the streaming capabilities on the Wi-Fi, which is really good.
All right. And what else do we have to offer here?
So one of the things that I definitely like, about Emerald is, we are centered in active and wellness lifestyles. So you're going to see a lot of excursions, around the active. So we could do bike ridings, hiking. I actually went through hiking through the Black Forest in Germany, which is really nice. We also have canoe, kayaks. We actually have canoe lessons as well, in case that is your first time paddling a canoe. We also have more of meditation, yoga. We even on the ship have aquatic Zumba. It's really good. It's honestly, it's for couples or friends, multi-generational family. I say usually it's for mom and dad to take some time away from the kids, enjoy, rekindle. But it's also for friends to come on board, and enjoy what we have, especially on the super yachts. The super yachts, you can just lounge around, take it easy, maybe get a massage, take the e-bikes around the itineraries that we go to. Again, it's just for you to put your hair down, take out, melt all the stress away that you had in your daily life, and you really enjoy the world. And post COVID, that's basically what we want. We want to make memories. We want to be with our loved ones, and we're away from them for such a long time. We want to go out there, explore the world, and what better product to do it with Emerald?
Well, Bob,
I
it
have a
sounds like you have a
question, just one
question.
question. I know that the super yachts basically are 100 passenger capacity. Uh, is it geared primarily to an adult market?
It is. I won't lie to you, Bob. It actually
Good.
is, but on from an adult
Hmm.
market. Because again, we do include kids, so
Yes.
don't get me wrong. And the itineraries are very extensive. We're gonna get. I know we're gonna dive into that, but the itineraries are more for the smaller end ports. Again, it's more
Yeah.
for discovery and exploration. And again, we don't shy away from children, but this
Okay.
is, again, like I said, it's more tailored to mom and dad, grandma and grandpa
Hmm.
to have their time.
Okay.
But Bob, I had the same exact question. I wanted to know, and also another question before we go even farther in. What if you've never been on a yacht? What if this is your first time kind of exploring and thinking about, oh, maybe I could try this. Is this for me? I'm not normally a yacht person. How does it? What
Yes.
do we say to those
No,
people?
absolutely. So, one of the things is that, where if you're an avid cruiser, you're used to the ocean cruises, which, you have all these venues you can go
Hmm.
to, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, different restaurants, you have your shore excursions. But one thing about a yacht is if you're looking for something different, one thing that it's the mantra on the yacht is that we're not the mundane. It's not going to be your average cruise. It is
Mhm.
going to be something more intimate. And right now, the buzzword is smaller cruising. So it's
Right.
100 passengers, 50 staterooms. It's kind of like going on a cruise with 98 of your closest friends. Okay. And you're there, you're not going to get the crowds. You're not going to be overwhelmed with many amenities, that we offer. It's more like you're there, yes, to relax, unwind, but more for exploration of the ports of call, like I mentioned. And these ports of call are smaller end ports of call that to get there, either one, you have to fly there, or two, you have to own $1 million yacht.
Sure.
And we
Hmm.
make it accessible and affordable to our guests.
I think that answers the
Yeah,
question.
it does.
I'm ready to look into more. I think maybe it's a possibility here. So, okay. So we talked about the people. What's next?
So what next? One thing that I honestly love about the yacht is, as you come in and what the experience is. So I'm gonna give you a day experience on super
Hmm.
yachts. So when you first embark the ship, first off, what I like is you don't have to go to a pier or a port. You're not going to have your the porters not going to stand in line. It's nothing like that. When you come into the yacht, the first thing our crew would do is to take your luggage from you, and they will go ahead
Hmm.
and take it to your stateroom. And then you come into reception. A reception is this big, beautiful desk. Looks like a check-in in a luxury hotel.
It does look gorgeous.
And then what's going to happen next is that you give your passport, you'll give,
Hmm.
your health questionnaire, and then they take your picture, and one of our crew members will escort you to your room. And then when you open up the room, it's this gorgeous room, very spacious, about 185 to 200 square feet,
Hmm.
depending what you get. And when you get there, you're going to find, beautiful bathrooms, elegant marble. Everything is just, it smells brand new because it is brand new. It's a brand
Mhm.
new ship. And as you go on, I definitely recommend for you to leave your bags in your room. Well, they'll actually be taken to you, but leave the bags, don't
Hmm.
unpack, and go up to the seventh deck. There's 7 decks, and go to the sky bar. In the sky bar, you get a 360-degree view of where you are. And depending on where you are, and again, you can be in Venice, you can be in Dubrovnik, you can be in Qatar, you can be in Dubai, you can even be in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And you're going to see this beautiful landscape. And you know what? Reward yourself. Grab a
Hmm.
cocktail. Grab a cocktail, enjoy, sit down one of our chairs, and just take it in. You're on a cruise. You're their luxury. Now, if you want to go a step further, definitely the highlight of the super yacht is going to be the infinity pool. And there's an infinity pool. There's even a cafe. So, grab your drink, put your swimsuit on, lounge around the infinity pool, even go in the infinity pool. Once you go to the edge of the infinity pool, you're basically in the back of the ship, and you're going to see all these beautiful landscape. And again, and I get goosebumps by telling you this, and just to see, the entire landscape, and you're there, and you're like, you know what? I've worked so hard, and this is my handsome reward for working so hard.
One thing you just mentioned about the size of the yacht, and I want to bring it up. You're one of the few ships that can actually go into the port of Venice
Exactly.
anymore,
Yep.
just
Exactly.
for your size. You're not creating the wakes or anything when you sail up the Grand Canal.
That's correct. That's right. So the nightlife, everybody thinks, well, a yacht, yeah, I'm not gonna have all the shows, the fog machines, the Broadway musicals, anything like that. So what there is to do? Well, first off, what I like about deck 7, deck 6, which again, that's your outdoor decks, that you're gonna find a movie theater, an outdoor movie theater at night on our super yachts. So, and again, unwind. You had your fun. You went out to these beautiful ports. You want to unwind, and what better to unwind with a movie? Curl up with your loved one. Put a little blanket over the night stars, and grab popcorn or a drink or a
Mhm.
bottle of champagne, whatever you want, and see these first run movies there. Other than that, we do have local entertainment. So we do have more cabaret shows. So it's not, like I said, it's not the Broadway musicals, but we have comedians. We have musicians, we have artists, and we have our activity managers that actually would take care of our entertainment. So we might have deck parties, we might have white parties, theme night parties. Actually, when I went there, I had a 70 night party. Now, I was born in the 70s. So I don't know too much, but you know what? I could definitely get down with some Bee Gees and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Now, it looks like this is where your movie is. Is this covered area also?
It
So you
is,
can be
yeah.
out no matter really if there's a little mist coming down, a little dew enhancing the weather, you're still protected watching
Yeah,
the
you
movie.
you will be. Yeah, you will be. It's all again. Protect yourself from the
Mhm.
elements, because again, we definitely want to have the nice experience, and
Yes.
we're not in control of the weather. But one of the things I definitely love about it, I'm talking about the movie theater, is everything as far as the heartbeat of the ship is in the Michi Lounge.
Okay.
As you go into the Michi Lounge, there's a you can grab yourself a cocktail. We have premium drinks. Now, there are again, we only include alcohol for lunch and dinner,
Hmm.
but you can either A, do it a la carte, or B, purchase a beverage package. And we have different beverage
Mhm.
packages for you. So if you just want soda, or if you just want just wine, and then we have the premium beverage package, which includes everything. What I like about the beverage package is if you purchase the premium one, you don't it's not there's no up to price or a limit of what you can get. It's anytime, anywhere, and the average cost is about $200 to $300 per sailing, which is
Mm.
actually not
That's very
bad.
good.
That's very good.
It's very.
So grab a drink, go to the Michi Lounge, hang out, and then you're gonna go to La Cocina restaurant. La Cocina restaurant is our sit down service that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mhm.
Okay.
So if you're an early riser, you want to, get your omelets, get your waffles. And what I like about our chefs is that they curate the cuisine based on where you are.
Mhm.
So yes, there are some pancakes and waffles. Don't worry about it. We still have that, but we also have breakfast from the countries that you're visiting, and that's great because again, what you're on vacation not only to relax, but is to immerse yourself in the cultures of these countries. Same thing for lunch. Lunch is a little bit more sit down and buffet style. There's buffet laid out for you, but you can sit down, grab a menu, and order anything you want off that menu, which is again fabulous. If it's something you just want something quick, maybe you have your shorts on, you just want to just get something to grab and go. We have La Cocina Terrace, which is more quick service. Grab whatever you like, sit down, and just enjoy the scenery outside. So it's really beautiful dining venues. Last but not least, we do have the observation lounge. This is one of my personal favorites because it's just more of quiet time. Again, I have a 2-year-old, so you can imagine sometimes I need my quiet time.
Yeah.
So I definitely like there, grab a coffee,
Mhm.
grab tea, admire these beautiful sceneries, even a telescope in there.
Ooh.
And also like I like to read, so like just grab a book, and they have a central collection in the library. Grab a
Good.
book, have my coffee, and just have some quiet time.
Okay.
Sometimes I put classical music with my not classical, I'm sorry, jazz music. I don't do classical. It's jazz. Put it on my Spotify with my AirPods,
Mhm.
and there
Just let
I
it
am.
go.
That's my relaxation.
I have a question about dining.
Mhm.
So many people have special diets these days. How are you capable of handling vegan or lactose intolerant or anything like that? Your ship can totally.
Absolutely. What I definitely recommend is to let us know what is your dietary requirement. Vegan, gluten free, some sort of allergens or anything like that. And what our chef will do is to come up to you on the first day of the cruise, And one of the things that I notice about some cruise lines is that, you have basically a selected menu. You can only eat, if you have a dietary, you can only eat certain amount of foods. Well, on Emerald, we don't do that. On Emerald, we want you to enjoy an extensive palate. You're there for vacation. One of the things we don't want you to worry about is your special need. So what the chefs will do is they'll come to you. They actually will tailor a menu for you, and based on what they're going to cook that week, they will actually make a whole menu for you,
Oh.
so you can have an extensive palate. You don't have to be restricted to only selected foods that we have.
Okay, very good. But if there's someone who has a special need, can we advise Emerald ahead of time?
Yes, you can.
That's part of the whole customizing the
That's right.
experience.
Yes. Yeah. So unless you don't tell us about your special
Right.
need, then our chefs won't come to you. But if you do tell us, they want to basically say, listen, this is the menu I'm going to make, based on what you told me, this is what I can make for you. And what they'll do is that the waiter will actually give you your menu, whatever you want, and the chef will prepare for you.
Very good.
Awesome. And then I see there's a gym.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Again, one of the things about Emerald, again, like I said on the top of the show, is we're concentrated into wellness. We're concentrated into active. That's basically what our basically what the theme is for our cruises. So we have state of the art gyms. So we have lots of free weights. We have machines. So those fitness buffs don't miss a beat.
Okay.
For their routine. But again, I'm going to the gym. But when I go to the gym, I like to relax. So we do have a nice spa on board.
Okay,
So
there
we
we
have
go.
the spa. You can get yourself a treatment, maybe the hot stone massage, or you just want to relax in one of our saunas. We have an infrared sauna and a wet sauna as well. So that's something you can partake. Now, the spa is not included. You take an extra cost for the spa, but it's reasonably priced, and we have great massage therapists there, really to press those stress bugs away from you. And then we also have, again, our water toys. Like I mentioned, we do have, the kayaks, you have the paddle boards. We also have the trampoline. That's always a good one because, and you're in a yacht, why not, dive yourself into the water, especially on the warmer climates.
So there's a trampoline to get into the pool?
There's a trampoline to get into the ocean in the back of
It's
the
closed
ship.
in port. It's closed in port.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And they don't have it when the ship's sailing.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. No, but when the ship is docked, we usually dock. We put the trampoline out, and definitely you can dive into the water if that's what you want to do. And we have a little bit of everything. Excursions that we have, it's more curated for more of the lifestyle of the person. So if you like active excursions, yes, we have hiking and biking, etc. But if you just want a city tour, basically you're there. Let's say you're there in Ashdod in Israel for the very first time. You want to go into Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Yeah, definitely. We do have those city tours. Or if you're visiting Croatia, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, we're going to go into King's Landing, the Pants in Croatia. So there are different excursions that you can do, and it's more intuitive. And what we do is the tour guides are local, so they know where to go. They actually will take you to the nooks and crannies that possibly not many people will take you to.
My question is just more about the inclusions on this brand, because there's other brands out there of yachts, but this is a semi-inclusive, or what do you call it, or how do you call it?
Nicely included.
Nice. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's a nicely included. So repeat to us kind of what's included so that we have that.
So what's included are the transfers, gratuities, Wi-Fi, beer and wine at lunch and dinner, and Wi-Fi.
Awesome.
Wi-Fi is the big important one for
Yes.
most people these days.
Absolutely.
That's a key. So should we take a look at a little bit closer look at the inside
Absolutely.
of one of these beautiful vessels?
My words can only do something, but it's better off to seeing it.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I'm ready to go. It sounds good to me.
Isn't she gorgeous?
She is. So that is the Emerald Azzurra.
Yeah, the Emerald Azzurra, and the next year we'll be launching her sister,
Okay.
the Emerald Sakara, in August of 2023.
Awesome. And we're going to take a look at some of the itineraries now where these fabulous yachts go. And then you'll want to stay tuned because we've got some really cool specials at the end here. So talk about some of the itineraries.
Yeah. So the first off is, where does the ship go? So it hangs out usually in, the Southern Med, Aegean, Adriatic. Adriatic honestly is where our owner had the thought of building the Emerald Azzurra and Sakara. During the pandemic years, he lived in Switzerland, and she still lives in Switzerland, and he saw these beautiful private yachts being used by the Europeans during COVID, because they still want a vacation. Europeans still want to have their fun. So he thought of this idea of, what, people love these yachts, they want a vacation, they still want these intimate experience, especially now during post-COVID years. So the Adriatic is where I would say it's the Azzurra's home, because that's honestly where it was born. The thought of building her was there. So it has 15-day itinerary through the Adriatic, joins from Venice to Rome to Civitavecchia. But look at the itinerary that goes in Croatia. Again, I'm not going to attempt to name the ports of call, but one of the things is that we go to smaller end cities, which is great. We don't need that much of tenders or ports or anything like that, because again, we are smaller end ports. So smaller end ships, excuse me. We can go to these ports, and you can't get to these ports unless you have a multi-million-dollar yacht. So one of the things that I definitely like doing the Adriatic is, again, seeing Croatia, which is just beautiful, and then Venice, like you mentioned, Bob. We're going to be the only ones that can go into Venice because of the size of our ship. And then during the winter times, she doesn't stay in the Mediterranean because it does get cold. So she heads south. So she's kind of like a snowbird. She heads down south. So she goes into Greece, the Black Sea, and then she cruises into the Suez Canal, into the Red Sea. And then that's where she usually spends her time in the winter. So November is when she starts making her way down south, and she gets to go to Jordan, Israel, Egypt, the Emirates, and then in January and February she's in the Seychelles. So that's usually where she hangs out. The Seychelles is one of my personal favorites because, again, not many ships can go there, but it's a beautiful itinerary. And again, I'm not going to start naming the the ports of call, but honestly, as you can see, definitely it's something that it's a once in a lifetime trip. Now,
before you go, I mean, already we're seeing such unique itineraries, Bob, compared to what you might normally be used to seeing if you've been an ocean cruiser. Very unique, just in the Seychelles. That's super cool itinerary.
Places that most ships can't get to due to size, especially like the Grand Sur in the Seychelles, the big sister island. Most ships do not go there.
Fantastic.
So I'm glad you get to name that, and I love the accent that you have. Again, I'm Latino. I grew up in Miami, so I am honestly, which is a segue into where we're going next.
Yes.
So the two yachts usually spend their time in Europe, and like I said, the Emirates and the Seychelles. But we're gonna have a unique opportunity for next year because she gets to go to the Caribbean.
All right.
So for those folks that want a little bit closer to home, we're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico. There,
okay. Now we can talk about it.
To San Juan, Puerto Rico. It does it for 7 days, round trip San Juan, Puerto Rico. But look at the ports of call that it goes to. You have Culebra Island, Vieques Island. You have the British Virgin Islands, which Virgin Gorda, and then it goes to St. John. Now, if you're familiar with the Caribbean, which I'm sure everyone's taken a Caribbean cruise before, to get to St. John, you have to go to St. Thomas and then grab a ferry and then go to St. John. And you have to return to the ship. Well, why not just skip the ferry and just go to St. John in itself?
Exactly.
This is the type of itineraries that we're talking about. Okay, ready for our next one? Why not go to St. John and get on St. John and then do a St.
Whoa.
John round trip, visiting Martinique, St. Lucia, visiting, the Grenada Islands. So this is again a
Yeah.
different itinerary. Or if you want to go San Juan to St. John, and maybe definitely take a tour in St. Thomas. Why not? And then my personal favorite, it goes from Barbados and it goes to Colombia. You get to go to Santa Marta, Cartagena, Barranquilla, and into Panama. Now, let's just scratch the surface. Keep in mind that we do go to Central America. So we touch Nicaragua, we touch Belize, we also touch Costa Rica. Also, I mentioned Nicaragua, Honduras. That's the one I was missing, and a little bit of Mexico, and then we cruise back to the Bahamas. So again, the Caribbean. Nothing says Caribbean more than doing it on a yacht.
Wow. Well, and I was gonna say something. Oh, imagine though, if you are wanting to do a pre or post, you want to fly into St. John or Barbados, and you want to start your cruise. This is where really we come into play.
Yes.
We can get you some really top-notch, gorgeous places, accommodations to stay, and have a very luxurious experience the whole way through.
We didn't mention this before, but what is the tonnage of the ship and the length of this vessel?
It's about 58,000 tons.
58,000 tons. That's a good size for 100 passengers.
Yeah, it is a very good size.
All right. So, Andy, before we get into those two very special departure dates that we want to highlight today, Andy's also going to give us something for any departure that you book on Emerald, exclusive to our Go Travel guests and community. So, Andy, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, it's an additional $250 off your cruise fare. So we're going to save a little bit of money. It's not going to be onboard credit, so it's not like you use it or lose it. We're just going to give you straight off your cruise fare.
And there's a limited time offer, so the date will be on the screen for you. But get on Emerald, and we've got a little extra special savings for you.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's jump into the first one.
The first one is the one that I just showed, December 25th through December 30th. It's going to be Christmas in the Caribbean. So we can't sing Mele Kiliki Maka because, again, it's Hawaiian, but it's okay. We can pretend. We can be the ocean, sing that. So it's St. John round trip, visiting St. Lucia, the Big Islands, visiting Martinique. So very nice itinerary.
Awesome. And then, Bob, take us. What kind of pricing we're seeing here on the next here?
Well, promotion for this particular sailing is $4,508 per person from $4,508 a person, which is a very good deal for Christmas on a yacht. I mean, you're going on a yacht, folks, with 100 other guests, and you're paying about $560 a day.
That's amazing.
For a trip, and you can't stay at a hotel for that.
And I know Bob selected this particular itinerary and departure because he noticed that special value and a great way to go through Christmas. Again, this is for 2023, and this includes all your port taxes, charges, tipping, and gratuities.
And even one of the ports is fascinating. In Martinique, the port of Saint-Pierre was actually destroyed in 1901 by a volcano, and one person out of 35,000 survived. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, the whole town was destroyed. You can actually dive there and see the ships that were sunk in the harbor.
Oh,
and they're still in pristine condition.
So a diver
would love this because it's a fascinating experience.
Amazing. Well, and that's on the Emerald Sakara. Okay, now
the new ship.
The new ship, which she doesn't even come out until
August of next year.
So she'll still be brand new. She'll
hardly
be
unwrapped.
She's honeymooning. Yeah. Now going to the other side of the world, if you're looking for something last minute,
yes.
What do we have? What's our next one here?
So last minute, we're going to have the 8-day gems of the Arabian Peninsula, and that's Doha to Dubai. And again, it's going to be for this year. So folks, if you want a last minute deal, last minute holiday plans, why not go to the Emirates and see these beautiful cities?
Yes.
We're not going to go there until possibly 2025, or late 2024, 2025. So definitely, if you want to go to the Emirates, and by the way, the World Cup is about ready to either start to wrap up or towards the end. So it's going to be a popular tourist destination in November and December. So why not take advantage of this great deal? And should we do a drum roll? I mean, should we just tell them just straight out what is it about?
Well, so regularly priced $4,095 per person. And drum roll.
Yeah. and it's going to be 50% off, $23.48 per person.
Wow.
$350 a day for this 7-night cruise. And you're not paying Christmas pricing in Dubai or the Emirates. This is your hotel. You're docking right in the center of the towns. It's a great itinerary. And because of our relationship, we have very good relationship with Emirates and Qatar to get you into Doha.
Mm-hmm. And of course, those pre and post stays, it's some fabulous, fabulous hotels. I mean, over in this region, there are some spectacular places that you want to stay. So we can get you through all with some extra special deals as well. Wow, that's the deal of the century right there.
That's like Christmas. I can go somewhere Christmas.
Yeah. And these also, do we get the $250 on top of that too?
Yes, you do.
Oh, we get the $250 on top of that too. So, I mean, hey, call, but that's a limited time offer. So remember to call very soon.
Your price just went down to $300 a day.
So any final words today, Andy? That kind of gave us a quick overview today of Emerald, but what else should people know about Emerald before we take it away today?
So again, just kind of wrap everything up. Remember that it is nicely included. The beautiful yachts, again, they're newer ships. One was just launched this year. The next one is going to be launched next year. It is your home away from home. It's your luxurious place to stay. Definitely take a dip in the infinity pools, check out our theater, enjoy our fabulous cuisine. And again, if you cannot make the Christmas, either Caribbean or the Emirates sailings, that's okay. We have an extensive amount of other itineraries that you can take advantage of. Take advantage of $250 savings, because it does help out. And yeah, enjoy and explore the world. We are open and traveling is back.
Yeah. And it's all balcony cabins.
Ooh. I'm sold by the trampoline.
Yes, I knew you'd like that. If they had silks, you'd really be in heaven.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, if you are interested in sailing with Emerald Cruises on one of these fabulous super yachts, reach out to your Go Travel advisor. They will get you all connected with the latest deals, whether it's this deal or another one in the future, and get you hooked up with all of those pre and post stays, your air, everything all in one place. And we can't wait to send you on a fabulous vacation like this. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.